So hey there, how are you doing? This is Kali from TechFanciers. So a few days back, I have installed this particular Pixel OS on our Redmi Note 12 4G Tapas or Topaz. In this situation, it is Tapas. So I have been using this for quite some time, and this time I am literally using this as my primary device, as I have installed my SIM card and was using it for payment and other stuff. So let's just get right into it. If you're someone who is watching new to our channel, we have this device for quite some time, and we have multiple videos related to development or routing or so all the things are available in the playlist of this particular device, Redmi Note 12 4G. So if you're someone who likes the content related to this, leave a like and subscribe to this channel. So yeah, let's get started. So first and foremost, we'll start with the build details. So this is the latest unofficial Pixel 16.2. There are some other versions also came after I have installed this. So this is actually a build date with the 7th March 2026. This was the developer for this particular build is Skeptical KK Masood, so who have developed this ROM. So this one currently have the February 1st 2026 security patch. So all the reviews and things related to this particular build only. The kernel here we have is 5.15.148, and yeah, first let's talk about the good things about this particular ROM. First and foremost, I have to appreciate this Pixel OS or previously Pixel Experience or something. Both are different. The cleanliness, like things are embedded in this one. It is very clean and minimal one. Also, the new Gemini or what Google boot animation, when I'm turning it on, it was really great. So that is really good thing. And second thing that I really appreciate and like is that ability to load the key box. So you can just go ahead to the system and then the developer option. You have option to load the key box, which will enable you to the display integrity with the strong ability. So that will enable all the what I would say Google application, or what I would say the payment application and other things will work seamlessly fine. I also have tried with the Beam app and other things which was working fine. The only thing is that the Google Pay was not working. I'm still not sure why it was not working. Maybe in the recent build it would have been fixed. So that is really great thing. Third thing that I have to tell is we do have the private space which will enable us to have the application to lock or even potentially hide it. So even you can have a separate profile for this application and keep it hidden, and even you can duplicate this application in your normal profile. So those are really great things. And the fourth thing is like we have unlimited storage in Google Photos. I didn't tested it out, but it is there, so good thing. And then we have the network monitor indicator as well, that also working fine. Also you have the caffeine mode, which you can keep it active, and the device will be always on. So that is also a good thing. After that, you also have the Dolby Atmos for the audio. I actually use the CMF buds, which has its own application, which have the equalizer and other things. So I probably didn't use much, but it just seems to be working fine. So there is no doubt on it. So these are all the things which I find it really useful with this particular build. So that's about the good part of this one. Before going into the disadvantage of something that I am not really happy about this build, I will see about some benchmark scores. So first, the stress test, it was running really fine, and I'm getting almost 86% of its max performance with the stability. The average is 159K, and then the max is 180K. So this is not the greatest one, but the stability wise it is really good when compared to the previous builds like Horizon OS or actual MIUI. The score is almost like some 10,000 is getting reduced in the high level, and in the average it is almost same like previous builds. So there is no much of a difference with this particular test. Also this AnTuTu benchmark wise we are getting around 3 lakh 2,000, and in previous builds also we were getting around 3 lakh 20,000. So nearly some 20,000 points are getting reduced. So that you need to be aware. So yeah, next thing is the Geekbench 6. So we are getting the single core of 423 and multi-core of 1381. Which is almost like in previous builds we were getting around 450 or 470, so which is again some 10% less. The graphical performance, so GPU wise, it is almost same as the previous one. Previously we were getting 376 and 382. Here we are getting 371. Not much of a difference. And it also supports the carrier aggregation with 2 bands. Network speed also fine. For my location, it is as normal as other builds, so no issues. Battery backup wise, I'm literally fine with this, because I'm almost getting same as our previous builds, like 7.5 hours to 8 hours of screen on a time. The charging is somewhat like 1 hour 40 minutes or something it is taking to fully charge. But yeah, this is the same case with our previous build, so there isn't much of a difference. And 3D Mark Wildlife, we are getting the overall score of 335 with 3.8 frame rate, which is almost same as our previous builds. So yeah, so what are all the problems we have with this particular one? Well, the thing is, it's almost like what I would say, average ROM. You won't feel much of an issue with this. Mostly most of the things works. The only major concern that I had is like the GPay was not working, even though I have used the key box and it is strong is enabled. So that is one thing. Second thing is this UI slowness and lagness. So whenever I try to open something, or if I'm getting a call or something, and if I'm trying to open and type it, and suddenly coming back, and when I'm listening to the song, and if I am scrolling through something, those kind of times it was really slow. And even if I'm opening this private space, and then when I'm reopening again the private space, that time and all, there are slight slowness here and there. It is there, which I am not much I didn't like much. There are some quite good amount of UI lagness or slowness is there when it comes to here. Even in YouTube app, whenever I connected to your Bluetooth headphone, and what some messages comes in between, our ads are playing, and then from the ads to again play YouTube playing, there are some audio latency is happening. This what I would say, this the person who was speaking early, and the audio is coming late, so those kind of issues were there. Even one time I tried to close the YouTube app, clear cache, and open it again, still the issue was there. Only after I restarted the device, that got fixed. So those kind of lagness here and there, it is there. So that sometimes may be annoying, like whenever I am trying to open a UPI app, and the camera, to open the camera, it is taking some time. So those kind of things here and there, it is happening. Freeform option, like here it is not there, so you can't use the freeform or free window in here. These are all the some of the things which I wanted to say it as a review. So whether you can go ahead and use it as a primary ROM, well, you can go ahead and use it. You won't miss out much of the things when compared to Evaluation X or some other things. Only concern is this GPay, and there are some UI level slowness here and there. Okay, other than that, overall it is good, and I am really had a really good time with this particular ROM. If you, whoever using this particular build, and have any suggestion or things, just let us know in the comment section. If you have any doubts also, just let us know. Let me know, I will try to answer it if I know it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Kote Moto.